The disappearance of Mary Boyle is Ireland's longest missing child's case. So, believe it or not, Mary Boyle was only 7 years old when she disappeared in March of 1977. And during this time, she was actually visiting her grandparents who happened to live in a very rural, remote area of Ireland known as Ballyshannon. So, on that day, she was outside, she was playing with her siblings, including her twin sister and her cousin. And while the kids were outside, they happened to notice their uncle who was returning a ladder that he had borrowed from a neighbor. Now, this neighbor was well known to the family, and they happened to live about 350 meters away, or approximately 400 yards. And being a young little curious kid, Mary decided that she wanted to tag along with her uncle. But approximately halfway to this neighbor's house, there was a large pool of water that they had to get over. And it was at this point that Mary decided this was just too much work for her. She couldn't quite make it through this pool of water, so she decided to turn back and go back home. Her uncle had zero reason to believe that there was any danger in letting her go back home on her own. After all, it was just a few minutes away. Her uncle then proceeded to finish the route towards the neighbor's house where he stayed and chatted with them for about 30 minutes. But when he came back to the family home, he realized that Mary was not there, and when he started asking everyone else around, they realized that she had never came back at all. Immediately, a huge search was done for Mary. They alerted the authorities, and people started looking absolutely everywhere. A local fisherman was interviewed, and he said that he recalled seeing a red car, and maybe he wasn't quite sure that Mary had gotten into this vehicle. But it was later clarified that he said that he did not see Mary or any child get into the car. He just happened to notice a suspicious red car in the area. One of the theories in this case is that Mary could have potentially fallen into one of the many bogs or ponds in the area. And her own twin sister recalled seeing Mary eating a bag of chips right before she disappeared. So authorities figured that if she had fallen into one of these bodies of water, that the bag of chips would have floated to the top. And authorities even drained a few of these ponds while they were searching for Mary, but there was no sign of her or the bag of chips. And very quickly, the case went cold because there were literally zero clues and no witnesses to see what had happened. So if you know anything about what happened to Mary Boyle that day, contact this number here.